Time for us right here on News Desk.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm great, well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm keeping safe. I'm very well.
Yes, I am. Great to hear you. Well, first of all, the One Kenya Alliance is retreating to perhaps, of course, discuss a wide range of topics and a few things here and there, of course, as the One Kenya Alliance. First of all, has this One Kenya Alliance, OKA, been registered as an official alliance to the, or rather with the Registrar of Political Parties for you to meet in this caucus?
Yes, it has not only been registered with the Registrar of Political Parties, we have also patented it so that nobody claims a patent for it. So we have a patent for One Kenya Alliance. If you recall, at some time back, my colleague Senator Kukichima Murkomen said that OKM was in reference to him. So we have not only registered a political party, we have also registered with the Registrar of Patents. So it's a formal legal meeting.
Right. So now that begs the question, has then the formal exit through the Register of Political Parties from NASA by parties such as yours, that is the Wiper Party, been officially formalized by the same registrar?
I'm not sure. The registrar has not communicated yet, but by assumption and legal implication, the notices sent to the Registrar for Political Parties by all the constituent parties of NASA, including ODM, is enough notice of the death of NASA. That's the end. You don't need anything else. The communication will only be a formality.
Right. So then you are meeting to, rather the retreat is happening in Naivasha. What are some of the key issues, perhaps, as the One Kenya Alliance you will be seeking to canvass or even discuss?
There are several issues that are, after the political party caucus, the members are supposed to be taken through the documents that have been prepared by the technical team, which include the manifesto of One Kenya Alliance, the colors of One Kenya Alliance, the logo of One Kenya Alliance, and other technical matters, including what is the matrix we are looking at in terms of deciding the way forward, in terms of the political parties, presidential elections, etc., etc. I will also be receiving a brief from our principals on the meeting they had in Mombasa. The rumors that there was a quarrel, the rumors that they disagreed, that somebody was not greeted, we want to hear from them so that we are also informed as to what the discussions were. It's not formal yet until we hear from them.
Will you be seeking in this meeting as One Kenya Alliance to then come up with, or rather to field one candidate for next year's general election, that we are short of just a few 300 and some days to the August 9th general election that is next year?
Yes. Ideally, although I'm not, it's for the viewers and people who have been speculating, it's important to say that tomorrow is not the day to unveil the presidential candidates. Because there's several things that have not been done, and I've mentioned to you, we do not have a manifesto, we do not have a document that would make NASA, One Kenya Alliance what it is. And therefore, once the document is prepared, first of all, the idea is to launch One Kenya Alliance. It must be launched. Once you launch One Kenya Alliance, we'll then move to the question of a presidential candidate, power sharing agreements, those detailed documents will be done at a later date. But tomorrow will easily be One Kenya. What is One Kenya Alliance to the members? They participate, give their input. Is what you call public participation of the existing members. And then once the input of the members is given, I believe then the documents will be formalized for purposes of the launch, which is going to be very soon.
But even as you await the formalization of the presentation of that document that you're talking about, the One Kenya Alliance is made up of, or rather the top leadership is Kalonzo Musyoka, that is from the Wiper Party, Musalia Mudavadi of the ANC, Moses Wetangula, Ford Kenya, and Gideon Moi of the KANU Party. The three, apart from Gideon Moi, were in NASA. And previously, there has been, or rather ever since, from 2017, there were trust issues between the NASA coalition. Do you think moving from NASA to One Kenya Alliance, do you predict or foresee any mistrust issues as witnessed in NASA?
No. first, it's important that we are not cynical with that, because we are all human beings. So the idea is not mistrust. The idea is to build confidence. Confidence means that we want people to be of the same mind on the assumption, technical assumption, that first of all that BBI will not succeed, and therefore they have to plan with the current legal framework. That is the way to go about it. And is to build confidence on everybody is on board. I've heard even in your clip statements by the Secretary General Nick Salat.
Right.
He's talking too much about nothing. I mean, he should attend meetings. He's issuing threats left, right, and center. Their party must be very clear, and we want to make it very clear amongst ourselves that Kanu must be clear as to where it belongs. It cannot belong in two places at the same time. So that moving forward, we know where Kanu's position is, but it can't be issuing threats from every corner and tree about this and the other. Cannot work.
Mm-hmm. Right. And,
yes.
And then now talking about this whole, even as you move forward, do you perceive that perhaps the One Kenya Alliance will be an alliance to watch, to beat, because this is coming a year ahead of the general election that is next year, but we've seen formations and political undertones even way before, since last year. Do you think this One Kenya Alliance will stand the storm, that rather before the August 9th general election?
Let me tell you, the truth of the matter is that there's forming any coalition, whether it's this one or any other coalition, is not going to be easy. Because any coalition must be negotiated. Everybody must feel represented, must feel recognized, must feel acknowledged, whether small or big. They must not feel bullied. They must feel as if once you get into government or attempt to go and win the presidential election and generally parliamentary elections,
right,
everybody feel as if they are being accommodated. What has caused all the friction in all coalitions is the fact that all coalitions have been driven to the deathbed by deceit of their political partners. That is a challenge that our party leaders must face, and that is they must look at each other into the eye, and they must have trust. And therefore, building One Kenya Alliance will have to be built on a basis where everybody feels equal, however small they are, and therefore feel accommodated in the One Kenya Alliance. And it's a challenge, I think, that Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Gideon Moi will have to face. And they'll have to face, and they'll have to sit as brothers, and they will have to agree, including Moses Wetangula, that the only way to build any formidable alliance is an alliance built on equality and trust. The minute the trust is not there, then the alliance will not survive. And I can say so for any other alliance. You can't build an alliance where people are looking behind their shoulders. The minute that happens, the alliance will not hold.
Indeed. Indeed. Yes. Honorable Mutula Kilonzo Jr., that is Makueni Senator, joining us via Zoom, talking to us about that One Kenya Alliance retreat set to begin from tomorrow in Naivasha. Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Senator Kilonzo Jr., for your time. To some sports news.